What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Ryan the Professional here, back again with another video. Okay, so it comes those times every once in blue moon, pretty much, where you stumble upon a gold mine in terms of craziness. So, ladies and gentlemen, this video is directly for you guys. I want you to see, especially for those who doubt me at times when I go off here on YouTube.com. I want you guys to see the gold mine of craziness that really does infest not only Twitter, but YouTube as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Definitely leave a like, and I appreciate you guys for checking it out. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys later.
The situation for Spider-Man PS4, it ain't looking good, folks. In fact, I'd go as far as to say that this game, Spider-Man PS4, is on the verge of death. But hey, don't just take my word for it. Let's have a look at what some folks in the Spider-Man community are currently saying about the game.
Matt says, "Wow, diving off the Empire State Building into a swing looks so bad, clunky, and slow. You literally lose every ounce of momentum and slow down immensely. The game is basically a month away now, and this still hasn't been fixed, with 116 upvotes."
Brian says, "The swinging mechanic seems off. Too often it felt like he was floating or flying. If he wasn't wearing the Spider-Man costume, I would think this is a Superman game. And running up the walls of a building like it's nothing? Yeah, that's Superman when he doesn't feel like flying." With 35 upvotes. Bipolar Gamer says, "This looked terrible. The running up the walls looked so unrealistic. It looks like he's running on a flat surface when it shouldn't be like that. There's grooves and different levels on a building, and the way it glitched when he got to the top of the building was horrible." 13 upvotes. It's not looking good, is it?
Like I said, guys, we have reached a gold mine in craziness. Okay, so first of all, he's showing off comments clearly made by troll accounts to try and add any negativity to the game. As you clearly see with their claims, they really didn't make no sense whatsoever. But hey, that's just how people are on the internet. But this fool is really using those comments in his argument towards the game. Now, one particular argument on that, or one particular comment, really does kind of just show the stupidity on the internet. My dude said that Spider-Man should not be walking on buildings with ease like that because it makes no sense if he feels like Superman. Spider-Man is half spider. That is one of his abilities to do so. But, I guess these dudes clearly don't know this character. But hey, whatever. What do I know, right? What do I know? Let's just continue to this video because we have a long way to go, people.
Sad thing is, this game has already gone gold. It's not like they can go back in and rework everything that's clearly broken here in this game.
And what exactly is broken in this game? Could you please explain that? Because I'm not really, I don't understand what is broken in this game. All I've seen so far is a bunch of comments from trolls that you were trying to lead on as factual in this statement that you believe that this game is dying, and this game is not dying whatsoever. But hey, let's just continue because I guess hopefully you'll answer that question because a lot of us are really anxiously waiting for you to answer that question.
What's done is done, And the thing is, for this game to really be a success, they need to go above and beyond the insanely high expectations that many gamers have already set. Yeah, that's right, above and beyond. They don't just have to meet the expectations, they have to go above and beyond the insanely, incredibly high expectations that many gamers have set.
Okay, so you said they need to go above and beyond. Are you sure we're watching the same gameplay? Like, are we sure? Are you sure you're watching the same gameplay that everybody else has seen? Because everybody who has played this game has walked away saying the exact opposite of what you're saying. Not only has the game delivered on every front from what I'm gathering, especially those who played it at Comic-Con, everybody is anxiously waiting for this game, saying that it's one of the greatest games of all time. Yeah, they're going as far as saying that. But for you to say they have to go far above and beyond, yeah, I would agree with you if we hadn't already seen the gameplay. Have you seen the combat for this game? Not only is everything like organic, first of all, everything is on point. From environmental takedowns, for the fact that you can, everything is just fast and fluid with the movements. The spider sense in the game is great. right? The web swing is on point, as well as the fact that this game has more villains than any Spider-Man game that we have seen prior. So how are they not going above and beyond? You tend to answer me that for me, please? Because I really need an answer to that as well. Let's continue.
for Spider-Man PS4 in order for this to be a success. We'll find out come September, no doubt about that, on whether or not this is going to be a classic or if this is just going to be another Spider-Man game that kind of falls in line with the other mediocre Spider-Man games.
Yeah, why do I have the feeling that that's pretty much what you want this game to have in the long run? I really do think you want this game to fail so you can just sit here and complain about it. But all I'm getting from your videos so far is that you're bitter. But don't worry, we got plenty more to go through. But seriously, so far what I'm getting from your videos is that you're bitter that you do not have this game on your preferred piece of plastic. And that, my friend, is pretty sad. Just saying.
You know what I mean? But I think it's safe to say right now, the situation certainly isn't looking good for Spider-Man PS4. And like I said a little bit earlier, if Insomniac doesn't go above and beyond those expectations, well, this very well could be one of the biggest disappointments in gaming history since No Man's Sky.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest disappointments in history, yet is sold out not only with the limited edition console, but the custom collector's edition, which sold out in record time. Even the other collector's edition, which, if I'm not mistaken, didn't even include the game. It was just a bunch of like memorabilia, type of things that sold out. But this game is definitely going to be a commercial failure, right? Sony has just launched a custom train, for this game to even help the marketing for this game. This game is going to be one of the biggest release for any PlayStation game that I've seen in a long time. Sony has done everything right with this game, but for you to sit there and say that this game is going to be a failure, I'm sorry, but all I'm getting is tears from you pretty much at this point, bro. How can you say it's a failure when you haven't even listed anything that puts anything negative on the game so far that even points at it being negative? I don't get it. Seriously, I really don't get it. But let's continue to your second video because, yeah, there's a lot here.
Okay, so I just woke up, as you can probably tell. Some new Spider-Man PS4 previews have dropped just today as of this recording, and I'm going to link one down below that I think is very telling of how Spider-Man PS4 is going to turn out. Okay? So it's from GameSpot, and literally, folks, the last sentence in this article is, and I quote, "I just wish I could forget about those towers." That's literally the last sentence in this article about Spider-Man PS4. So in Spider-Man PS4, guess what you got to do? You got to climb towers.
Right.
Are you freaking serious, Insomniac? The most generic open world mechanic is here in Spider-Man PS4? I thought this game was going to bring something new to the table. I thought this game was going to be that Spider-Man game that sticks out among the rest.
I suggest you look at the constant videos that pop up on YouTube as of late. But there is a series that one particular YouTuber, I forgot his name, but he has started a trend on YouTube where he basically showed the evolution of Spider-Man. And you can clearly see in that video the difference in terms of how well the game has evolved since then. And from what I've seen in terms of web swinging, combat, etc., this game is far beyond generic, my friend. So, once again, I don't understand where you're coming across, nor do I understand what you're trying to do or accomplish with these videos, but you're coming off very, very clickbaity, and you look very salty, and your appearance alone just is the icing on the cake, because this is absolutely pathetic. Let's continue.
You know what I mean? But here we are, and now the cracks are starting to show with Spider-Man PS4. And now you have to go in, climb a little tower to survey the area. Gee, so original, Insomniac. This is nothing but a cash grab. I'm convinced at this point that this is nothing but a cash grab. Bro, clearly more care was spent with Sunset Overdrive.
Oh, chest. I can't breathe. Oh, shit. My chest is going.
Maybe they should just stick with the original properties, because clearly that's where Insomniac shines. Because here in Spider-Man PS4, climbing towers, that literally ruins the entire game. Do you think that I want to spend hours and hours and hours climbing freaking towers here in this game? That is the last thing that I want to do in any open world game.
So you concluded from one little ass statement at the end of the article that this game will quote unquote force you to climb towers in a Spider-Man game, which Spider-Man is known for web swinging, fighting bad guys, and obviously taking pictures for the Daily Bugle. And of course, if they want to be, more true to form, they'll have the pizza delivery missions, which I don't think those will be there, guys. I'm just saying. But you believe that the game will force you to climb towers and quote unquote, and I know where you're getting this from. You're getting this from the original Assassin's Creed. See, I've been gaming a little longer than you, buddy. But in the original Assassin's Creed game, the Assassin's Creed game forced you to do that, where you had to climb the towers or the buildings, quote unquote, before you did the leap of faith, and then you started to see what you had to do in terms of the world. This Spider-Man game does not force you to do that whatsoever, and there is no indication whatsoever to make you do that. So right there, my friend, that is a fail, and that is an L for you to hold. Let's continue.
Yet somehow, someway, they thought it was a great idea. Well, let's throw towers into Spider-Man PS4. All the gamers are going to love that. No, Insomniac, you are wrong.
I take it you never left that room before, but in New York City, there is towers upon towers. There are buildings upon buildings. I'm just saying, this is New York City. So in New York City, this was going to happen regardless. You were going to have towers. You were going to have buildings. You were going to have small businesses, small homes, etc., etc. This is New York City. This is Queens. Again, I don't understand what you're trying to do, but it's just, dog, I'm telling you, you're coming across as insane, and for all the wrong reasons. Nobody's laughing with you. They're laughing at you. Just throwing it out there. Let's just continue.
I'm renting the game. When I read this on the GameSpot article, I said to myself, that's it. They've lost me. They didn't give me a reason to go out and buy this thing day one. So I'm renting the game.
So by your logic, I guess you rented the Sam Raimi trilogy of Spider-Man. I guess you rented Spider-Man Homecoming. I guess you rented the Amazing Spider-Man series with Andrew Garfield, right? Because those movies also had buildings in the movie. Because Queens is full of buildings. This is by far one of the dumbest fucking videos I have seen in a long ass time, my friend. I'm just saying.
And I told you guys this was going to be a huge disappointment potentially. And now we're starting to see the cracks with Spider-Man PS4. And it's such a shame, folks. Because they really had this opportunity to do something special with Spider-Man. And it seems like they just dropped the ball.
You serious?
Interestingly enough, if you go to Amazon, go to bestsellers on Amazon, category video games, you won't see Spider-Man anywhere on that list. Yet I thought this was supposed to be the best Spider-Man game ever.
Yeah, but let's totally leave out the fact that this game sold out of everything, including its limited edition console, its limited edition collector's edition, as well as the memorabilia set, which came with the mask and a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, let's leave out that. Yeah, of course it's not on the Amazon top sellers list because there's nothing to sell. It's already sold out. But please, continue to make yourself look even more dumb with these videos. Continue.
Clearly it's not thriving. Because it's not even on the bestseller list on Amazon, bro. So I don't know what you want me to tell you. You want to sit around and say, oh, Michael, you're so wrong. Oh, Michael, you have no idea what you're talking about. Yet you don't want to look at the facts. And the fact of the matter is that it's not a bestseller. So I think it's almost fair to say that it's dying. But you know, that's not even important. What's important is we're talking more about the web swinging. Now I want to show you guys something real quick. This is a clip from Spider-Man 2. Okay, and I'm going to tell you something right here, right now. And I know you're going to disagree. I know you're going to play this little character like, oh my God, Michael, you're so wrong. You don't like what I like. I'm going to get the pitchfork out and I'm going to put my boot up your ass. You guys can play that all day and all night. I couldn't care less. Okay? Just because I don't like something that you like doesn't mean that I'm wrong. And we look at the web swinging 2 here in Spider-Man 2. And look at the sense of speed and momentum in Spider-Man 2. This web swinging here in Spider-Man 2 actually has some depth to it. There's some substance behind what you're seeing here. Whereas we jump to Spider-Man PS4 and there's nothing here. Folks, it's style over substance. They've dumbed down the web swinging mechanics so that the masses can enjoy this game just by pressing a few buttons and making everything look really cool.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
If you're looking for that web swinging experience in Spider-Man 2 that a lot of fans, want to see return, well, you're not going to get it here in Spider-Man PS4. And I know they've said, well, we wanted to focus on the web swinging. We wanted to make sure that we got that right before moving on to anything else.
It's the number one thing we knew we had to get right. It's the first thing we ever worked on.
They didn't get anything right. The only thing they got right is, okay, yeah, sure, look, I'll give them this. The web's actually attached to the buildings. Gee, that's amazing, right? Not necessarily when everything else just completely falls flat on its face. Right. Okay, you have webs that attach to the buildings, but do you have anything else going on with the web swinging? Clearly they don't. I went through the entire web swinging, the latest footage, the latest build, okay? And don't sit on here and say, oh, Michael, the footage that you went through was just a beta. It's all going to change come September. You're such a negative Nancy. You don't know what you're talking about, boy. No, that's not how this works. If you think that, you are naive. What you see right now in regards to Spider-Man PS4 is what you're going to get come September. And I know for some of you that's a hard pill to swallow. You are struggling to swallow that pill. But I'm right. And you know it. You know that deep down Michael is right. And I know what's going to happen here. After the honeymoon phase is over and you start to see the cracks here in Spider-Man PS4, you might very well just come back to these videos and say, damn, maybe I should have gave Michael, some consideration. Maybe I should have listened to Michael because what he was saying at the time just didn't make sense. But now, after seeing some of the cracks here in Spider-Man PS4, it is starting to make sense. And Michael was right. I don't want this to be a disappointment. I don't want this to be this terrible Spider-Man experience. But right now, based off of what I've seen and what we know, it's not looking like it's going to be this masterpiece that a lot of you would love to believe that it is going to be. If they can't even get the web swinging right, which we've already went through, then what's the point of anything else? It can have a decent story. It can have cool costumes and this, that, and the other. But bro, you have to get the web swinging down. And why does a 15-year-old game have better, more complex, more sophisticated web swinging than anything that's going on here in Spider-Man PS4, which is a modern-day 2018 video game? It just makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Yet you don't care. You just want to sit on here and say, oh my god, I pre-ordered Spider-Man! It's brand new and shiny. I'm glad you guys are so in love with the honeymoon phase that you're currently in, but bro, this is not going to be what you think it is going to be. The proof is out there. The writing is on the wall already. You just don't want to look at it. Because you know deep down that this isn't going to live up to your expectations. And you can't live with that.
As you can see, Spider-Man is going into this dive. And as he's going into this dive, you will see something very, very concerning happening in just a moment. So as you can see right there, look at that. Why are we doing things, bro? He's acting as if he's attached to something, when clearly the web isn't even shot out yet. Not even connected to anything. There's no web right now at all.
I'll have to ask my accountant about that.
Yet he's doing the animation as if he is already connected to something. This is all pre-canned. The web swinging is not physics or momentum based by any stretch of the imagination. It is all animation based. Look at this. There's still no web. No web. No web. No web. No web. Finally, I see a web. But it's not connected to anything. It just got shot out. Yet he's already well into the animation as if he is connected to something. Still not connected, still not connected. There's some slack there on the web, so clearly it's not connected just yet. Still not connected. Maybe we have a connection there as the slack is starting to dissipate, bro. And what is with this frame? Why is there so much blur there? Are they trying to hide something? And we go back real quick. What happened to that web? Okay, there's the web. Very hard to tell in this section of the clip here, but you know, I think the webs do disappear here in this game, and that's unfortunate because in Spider-Man 3, the webs did not disappear.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Oh my
I expect my dog to sleep over there.
They don't care. Oh my God! Wow, he said it was for 30. Who's driving?
At least not in front of you. Here we go again, folks. Let's go ahead and play this out a little bit. Oh, man. Another dive. And it's going to be the same rinse and repeat. So don't sit around and say, oh, Michael, it's a bug and this, that. No. It's not a bug. Sorry. Okay, look at this. All of the sense of speed, all of the sense of momentum that Spider-Man has just completely comes to a halt because the animation kicks in. Still no web. No web. There's no web. Why are we acting as if we're connected to something here in this game when there's no web that has even been shot out yet? It seems all delayed. Here's the thing, bro. If this game were on Xbox and it were Xbox exclusive, you would all be agreeing with me and you would be sitting there and saying, oh, Michael, you're so right. This looks so generic. It looks like it brings nothing new to the table. Hell, it looks like it's Sunset Overdrive 2.0. But since this is a PlayStation exclusive and those exclusives can do no wrong, Michael, y'all are worshiping this game. Take a look at this clip here, bro. Spidey's on top of this car, battling some thugs, and bullshit like this happens. How is this going to be a masterpiece when they let small stuff like this slip through the cracks? You know what I mean? And this is just the tip of the iceberg here for this clip. We're just getting started. So as we continue along, Spider-Man just jumps through the non-existent windows in the car? Huh, that's odd. Oh, I know what you're going to sit there and say. You're going to say, it's a bug, Michael. It's going to be fixed. Come see it, save it. No, it's not. It's not.
That's the thing. It is not going to be fixed. You will see this exact scenario in the game, still broken, come September 7th. I will guarantee you that. And even worse, he kicks the frame of the car. And there's glass everywhere. Why? Where's the glass coming from? My God, they just dropped the ball with the animations and the transitions and the web swinging and hell, probably the story and the open world design mechanics and elements like, oh, I want to climb towers here in Spider-Man PS4. Who in their right mind wants to do that? Maybe in 2008 you would have been like, oh my God, a fresh new mechanic. But bro, in 2018, that's the last thing that I want to do in an open world game.
That's all I heard him say, fifth, third bank. And then she started cracking up. Now she's taking
I don't understand, man. I don't understand how you can look at this and say, it's a masterpiece, Michael. Again, if this were on Xbox, oh, you would be like, damn, Michael is exposing this game, and I agree. But since it's a PlayStation exclusive, and those exclusives can do no wrong, Michael is apparently the bad guy here.
Right.
This should be fixed. This is inexcusable. Look at that. But you don't care, because you already pre-ordered the collector's edition. You're like, you know, let's go ahead and go back. Play it at full speed, because I know you're going to sit there and say, well, obviously it looks bad and you play it frame by frame. Then let's play it at full speed. That looks like trash. I'm being dead serious with you. That looks like it needed more time in the oven. I really feel for you, folks. Because after that honeymoon phase wears off, you're going to see the cracks here with Spider-Man PS4. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Oh, my chest. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. My chest is going.